Welcome to the live weekly show, Beyond Limits. I'm Melissa Hausmann, your host, where we explore the realms of business, entrepreneurship, startups, scaling, mindset, productivity, and crafting a career that you love. As a dedicated mom who took a leap to build her own business, I'm here to share my knowledge with the world. Join me on this journey as we delve into the unlimited possibilities in the world of business and personal growth. All right, well, on today's episode, we are going to dive into peak productivity, a quarterly blueprint for success. In today's episode, we're going to have an activity that we work through together. So I encourage you to grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, a pencil, so that you can follow along with me today. All right. I don't know if anybody has ever heard this famous quote by Moran. It says, "Great things happen at the end of the year." He underscores the significance of setting and accomplishing 12-week goals. Moran advocates for breaking down these annual objectives into manageable segments, allowing individuals to sustain focus, monitor their progress, and make necessary adjustments more effectively. This approach instills a sense of urgency, it facilitates continuous improvement, and it paves the way for substantial accomplishments by the year end. So I want you to consider this perspective today, a 12-week framework that strikes a balance, proximity enough to maintain focus, significant length enough to accomplish your goal, and brief enough to instill a sense of urgency towards that goal. So today I'm diving into Moran's method, taking and talking about why it's crucial to set quarterly goals or 12-week goals. I'm also going to break down how we take these quarterly goals and break them into bite-sized manageable chunks. Okay, so we all are thinking about goal setting. It's the beginning of 2024. I'm sure many of us have set year-long goals. And sometimes year-long goals are really hard to track. They're really hard to stay engaged in for an extended period of time. Often people fail at these year-long goals because they have not broken them down into manageable segments. So if you've already set a year-long goal, let's think about how to break that down into 4 chunks, each chunk about 12 weeks long. If you've not set year-long goals, I want you to focus and think about setting goals today in a 3-month format or 12 weeks. I'd really like to encourage you to focus on shorter goals, shorter timeframes, so that we can accomplish more throughout our 2024 year together. Okay, so as business owners, I really encourage you to set 3 types of goals each quarter. Goal number 1, it has to be a product promotion goal. You have to create a goal where the end result is that you're going to bring in some income or more income for yourself than the previous quarter. The second type of goal I want you to think about today is a professional development goal. Think about something in your business that maybe you need to improve in, an area of weakness for you. That's a type of professional improvement goal or professional development goal that we're going to talk about today. And then the third type of goal that I feel is important for every business owner, every entrepreneur, is a self-improvement goal. Focusing on our well-being and our health is going to allow us to continue to push forward in our business. Okay, so again, whether you're tuning in live or catching this recording, I really want you to grab a piece of paper right now, grab a pencil or a pen, and trust me, you're really going to want to write down these tips and tricks as we go along in today's lesson. Okay, so on your piece of paper, I would like for you to write Q1 goals and then write the number 1, 2, and 3 underneath of it. It's going to look something like this. For number 1, I want you to write a product promotion goal or product promotional. This is the first type of goal that we're going to focus on. The number 2, next to number 2, I would like you to write professional development. And then under number 3, I'd like you to write self-improvement. And again, I wrote mine really large today so that you could see it and read it on the screen. But yours definitely does not have to be this big. In fact, I encourage you to write it much smaller because we have a lot more that we're going to write down today. So for the purposes of today's video, please make sure that you have 1, 2, and 3 written down and these headings next to each of the numbers. Okay, so I'm going to go through a list of examples of each type of goal. What I want you to do is think about your business, think about what you're trying to work on, what you're trying to improve, what you're trying to accomplish in 2024. As I read this list to you, it might spark an interest, maybe something that you haven't thought of, that you're like, oh, that would be great to add to my business, something I really want to focus on quarter 1. Or maybe it's something that you want to focus on later in the year, and we can jot these down so that you can focus on them quarter 2, 3, or 4. But right now, I want you to think about product promotion goal. I'm going to read this list to you, and I want you to write down one product promotion goal that you can accomplish in the next 12 weeks. So during quarter 1. Okay, so could you launch a series of targeted email campaigns to your subscriber list? Could you introduce a new project with a strategic marketing plan? How about run a limited time promotion to boost your sales? Develop and launch a mini course related to your product or service? Collaborate with an influencer to increase your product endorsement? Or maybe you can host a virtual event or masterclass to showcase or promote your current offerings that you have. Okay, so those are ideas that fall under product promotion. So again, the product that you offer, you're trying to promote it sometime this quarter so that you can generate and bring in income. So right now, if you already have an idea, that's wonderful. If you don't, maybe write down one of the ones that I had mentioned. What could you do in the next 12 months to increase your sales, increase your revenue through a product promotion? Okay. All right, so if anybody feels courageous enough to share their goals, I'd love to hear them. Please put them in chat as we go. I know for myself, sometimes it's inspiring to see what other creators, other business owners are doing. It gives me ideas. So please feel free to share as we go today. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to move on to number 2. Number 2 is professional development. So again, this is a goal to help you improve the operations side, most likely, of your business. Something that maybe you struggle in, or maybe it's an area that you want to add to your business that you don't currently have. Again, think short term, 12 weeks. These goals have to be able to be accomplished by the end of quarter 1. Okay, so I'm going to read a list of them. Again, please jot down your professional development goal that you would like to focus on and accomplish during quarter 1. Okay, so enhancing digital marketing skills through an online course or workshop, learning and implementing YouTube marketing strategies could be one. Migrating and maximizing a new platform for business growth. So I use Kajabi. It really does everything I need it to do. And I love Kajabi. If you don't have a platform that really does it all, you might consider migrating to Kajabi. I did include an affiliate link in the show notes today if you want to check it out. If not, that's perfectly fine. But I want to make sure that you have that resource available to you. Maybe you want to revamp your website for a better user experience. Maybe you want to learn and implement advanced social media marketing skills. So that could be a focus area for the next 12 weeks. Maybe you want to revamp your business process and workflows to increase efficiency, develop a comprehensive marketing plan to increase your online visibility, or explore and adopt new product management tools to streamline your operations. Okay, these are ideas of professional development, something that you can dive into, learn more about, and begin implementing at the end of quarter one. All right, so make sure you jot down that professional development goal that you are going to work towards. Next, I really want to talk about self-improvement goals. Why am I talking about self-improvement when we're talking about business growth, business optimization, increasing our business goals? Well, I strongly believe that self-care is a critical attribute to being a successful business owner. If we neglect our own well-being, I feel that our businesses will become overwhelming and stress will affect our bottom line. I feel, taking care of ourselves is critical, not just in our business, but also our professional lives. It helps us keep our separation between business and home life, especially if you're somebody like me and you work from home, you run your business from home. It's really easy to take the stress of your day and migrate it into your personal life. So taking care of ourselves is critical for the success and longevity of our business. So think about a self-improvement goal that you can implement immediately, that you can focus on over the next 12 weeks to continue to improve your physical and mental health. Okay, so here are some examples. You might establish a consistent daily mindful practice or a meditation practice. Maybe you're going to implement 20 or 30 minutes of regular exercise into your daily routine. Personally, I love to go on walks outside with my dog. I love to get on my Peloton bike. I love to take weight training interval type classes through an app that I use that's called Bodhi. So I do all three of those things every single week. Exercise is a thing that helps me reduce my stress and keeps me going. So maybe that will be the thing that you'd like to implement as well. Maybe you want to prioritize and improve your sleep habits. Establish a new hobby or activity that brings you joy or relaxation. Read a self-help or personal development book to gain new insights and depth into yourself and what you need to improve on. This one I think is really critical, that we should all be working towards setting boundaries for a healthier work-life balance. If you work way too many hours, you take your work into your home life, this might be a good goal for you to set some boundaries for yourself. Maybe you want to take a course to learn a new skill that relates to a personal interest. Maybe you want to connect with or hire a coach to help you both personally and professionally. Or maybe you want to start journaling. Okay, so those are some ideas that you can use to incorporate. Those are things that you could start literally today to start improving your personal well-being over the next 12 weeks. So if you haven't already, please write down a self-improvement goal that you would like to focus on during quarter one. Okay, so remember, we're only setting these quarter one goals right now. Think close enough to stay focused, long enough to get things done, and short enough that you feel that sense of urgency. That's really where the sweet spot is. Okay, so now that you've written down your 3 goals, I want to dive even deeper into each of these. So on your paper, underneath goal number 1, which is your product promotion goal, I want you to list the numbers 1 through 12. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. So each of these numbers is going to represent a week. So over 12 weeks, we've got 12 actions, 1 action per week to accomplish our product promotion goal. So I'm going to choose writing a mini course for my product promotion goal. And I'm going to list out I'm going to break this down into 12 doable steps Each step is 1 week long, so that at the end of my 12 weeks, I'm ready to launch my mini course. Okay, so this is kind of an example of how this breakdown will work. So week one, I'm going to outline the structure of my content for my mini course. Week two, I'm going to create a PowerPoint presentation for each module. Excuse me. Week three, I'm going to record my videos for each module. Week four, I'm going to upload these modules into my Kajabi account. Week five, I'm going to design the theme of my product in Kajabi. Week six, I'm going to build out my sales pages. Week seven, I'm going to build out my offers page. Week eight, I'm going to build a home page or additional website pages that people can navigate to from my website. Week 9, I'm going to set up my welcome email sequence for new course subscribers. Week 10, I'm going to launch emails for my mini course to my subscriber list. Week 11, I'm going to set up email options for my course participants. And week 12, I'm going to actually launch my course. I'm going to accept customers in, and of course, I'm going to address any issues that arise during my launch. Okay, so creating a mini course can be done in so many different ways. This is just one quick example that I came up with of things that you could do, how you could break it down into 12 weeks so that each week has an action item. And that at the end of my 12 weeks, I've accomplished the goal that I've set for myself. Okay, so you're going to repeat that step for your 2 remaining goals. Again, you're going to write out 1 through 12. You're going to list what you're going to do each week so that at the end of the 12th week, your goal is accomplished. So once this is done, we then transition into the skill of time blocking. If you don't know where to start with time blocking, you can consider exploring my course, Beyond Limits, Maximize Productivity, where I share my personal system for time blocking, goal setting, and enhancing productivity. Again, you can find the link in the show notes at the end of today's episode. So when it comes to time blocking my weekly tasks for these goals, I really like to use my Outlook calendar. This is my email calendar. This is something that I check every single day, and I kind of work my day on. So each week of that 12-week period, I'm going to assign specific and dedicated blocks of time to complete my tasks. So again, in week 1, I was going to outline the structure of my mini course and write, some of the brief content for that. So that might take me 2 to 3 hours to complete that activity. So I want to ensure that on my calendar, I'm blocking out 30, 45, or 60-minute work sessions of time. And then at the end of the week, I have scheduled at least 3 hours of time to complete this task. 3 hours is about the amount of time that I think that it will take to accomplish that task. So I'm going to dedicate at least that amount of time by the end of the week. Okay, so once I do that, I also want to give myself a due date. So maybe you work part-time and you're working nights and weekends, and so you want to accomplish your week 1 task by Sunday midday. That's completely fine, right? But give yourself a deadline for that week 1 task and ensure that you have enough time throughout the week to complete the task prior to your deadline. Another thing I like to do with time blocking is I like to set timers for myself, eliminate all distractions. So let's say I have a 45-minute work session planned on my calendar. I'm going to turn off my my dingers. I'm going to, silence my phone, shut my office door, turn off any noise on my computer, any alerts that might come up. And I'm going to turn a timer on for that allocated amount of time and just work as hard as I can on accomplishing that task during that time that I've allocated. I feel that it's really important that you then, when the timer dings, you stop and you move on to the next item or wrap up for the day. I really believe in focused time blocks and working in the amount of time that you've allocated for yourself so that you don't burn yourself out. And you remember we've set enough time for ourselves throughout the week to accomplish our task. Um, Doing focused time blocks will significantly contribute to accomplishing your weekly tasks. So again, this is a goal setting blueprint. It emphasizes intentional goals with a focus on urgency and completing them. So once you have completed your quarter one goals, it's really important to take a moment and breathe, rest, recuperate, and enjoy a few days of recovery. Don't just jump into your quarter two goals. Seriously, take a breath, take a couple of days, take a minute, and just, enjoy the fact that you've accomplished so much over the last 12 weeks. Enjoy the fact that you've crushed your quarter one goals. And then you can move on to your next set of goals for quarter two, which is your next 12-week goal. This is a process that you will then repeat for quarter two. You will you'll schedule these steps into your calendar, assign due dates, check them off each week, and then rest and recover. So today, what I'd really like to encourage you to do is take 30 or 60 minutes this week. It can be right now, it can be later this weekend. But I really want you to complete this activity. I really want you to write out quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, and quarter four, and then list 3 goals under each quarter. Remember to have a product promotion goal, a professional development goal, and to have a self-improvement goal for each quarter. Then list out under each goal the 12 weekly steps that you need to do to accomplish those goals. Once that's done, plug it into your work calendar, assign due dates to it, and then the rest will kind of work itself out. Just remember, when you get to the end of each quarter, if you haven't fully completed your goal, or maybe something has changed since you wrote your goals, it's okay to adapt and to tweak your next set of goals so that you can complete what you were working on during quarter one. The main thing is to have a yearly focus, 4 different things that you're working on during the year, to accomplish your overarching larger goals, and break them down into manageable chunks that have a little bit of a sense of urgency. So you know that you need to complete them in order to move on to your next set of goals, which is ultimately going to get you to the place that you want to be. So I trust that today's lesson and activity has been beneficial. Please leave a comment. Please share your 3 goals for quarter one. Please let me know how I can support you in achieving those goals. I just wish you tremendous success in accomplishing all the goals that you have set for 2024. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching the replay, thank you for being here. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and please also visit the show notes and grab all relevant links and freebies. Again, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody has a blessed day.